What is up, guys? Welcome back to another Kenny Han video. A little bit different of an intro this time. After the Japan series, I shot a lot of content on the Supra, and the Supra looks completely different now. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I've actually been holding off on revealing a lot of the Supra content because it just completely looks different and I wanted to wait until this video is out. But during creation of parts of these videos, I didn't really spend enough time enjoying or walking through what I added in depth, talking about it, doing some B-roll, the general YouTube stuff. Primarily because I was dependent on other people and I didn't want to take up too much of their time. When you're installing components and documenting them for YouTube, it easily adds 1 to 2 more hours to your install time. And so that's kind of why in some parts of these I flew through it a little bit. But yes, in this video we are going through everything that I've done to the A90 Supra from Japan till now. What is up, guys? Welcome to another Kenny Han video. My hair is messed up, I'm sweaty, I'm gross, I'm tired. So this is actually kind of like the pre-video for the Tail of the Dragon. I'm sorry, I'm not very presentable right now. We have the M2. It's actually pretty nice because Finley got a nice set of coilovers. So it's sitting actually really nice. I actually like that fitment quite a lot, actually. And if you go over here, our boy Garrett in the GR86 is also here. We were doing some maintenance stuff for him as well, diff fluid, transmission fluid, stuff like that. But on the Supra, the A90, we're gonna be doing some exciting stuff today. And I have the boys here to help me, right?
Yeah, I'm just watching.
The So we're kind of flying a little bit through this video for this downpipe install. As you can tell, trying to figure out this whole downpipe situation. There is a V-band and there are bolts obviously holding the V-band together, and then there are more things like a clip that holds the O2 sensors together. We're right now kind of stuck on the bolt holding the V-band. I'm trying to get that off so I can then shimmy back the downpipe. From what I know, just generally the A90 Supra, like the A90 Supra is actually one of the easier downpipes out there when it comes to cars. But I don't know, maybe we're kind of technically challenged and just don't understand how to get this off.
Between those two slabs. Yeah, I wish I could see more.
We just can't get it off of the actual freaking hanger. I don't know if you guys can see that, but like, if I were to zoom in, oops, sorry. Like, there's this hanger over there. Yeah, you guys can't see it. But there's this hanger, trust me, there's this hanger over there. And we're just trying to get it off that hanger. And then we're gonna install the real downpipe. Well, thanks to Garrett, who's behind the camera. He helped me out a lot on getting downpipe off. So this is the OEM downpipe. Obviously, it's much bigger, it's fatter. It does a lot of the environmental stuff that it should, and toxic gases and stuff like that. These are your sensors. So we have to transfer these guys onto our new downpipe, which is the active AutoWerke catted downpipe. This is the 400 Jesse version, and you could tell because it actually has the G Sport like number and reference number and everything. So if you guys are living in California, this is legal. This is what we're going to be adding. It should give the Supra a different tone and also give it a little bit more pops and bangs. But most importantly, gives me now the platform to start tuning the car if I so choose to, right? I can now send my ECU out to Finland, Fento, MHD, BN3 unlock, and then start getting this Supra tuned for more power. This is the first step, the downpipe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap over all of the factory hardware, the sensors, and then get this installed again. I will say, this install is 100% doable if you're by yourself and have no friends, but your life will become so much easier if you ask a friend for help. And so that's all I'm just gonna say to that, because getting this off, getting the exhaust pushback and all of that stuff is just so annoying to do. Anyways, we're gonna get this installed, pop it back in, and we're gonna do some sound clips.
We're good?
Yeah, we're good. Welcome back to another Kenny Han video. And today is a surprise for y'all.
It is long been awaited and delayed. We are doing it today. I hope you guys can tell by just what I'm showing you right now, but this looks super stock, and that's because we took off the carbon fiber duckbill spoiler. This is, the eBay special. Like, realistically, if you guys get this stuff, it's not gonna fit 10 out of 10, it's 9 out of 10, maybe 8 out of 10, but that's just the design with these duckbill spoilers. So don't waste your money on getting like a very expensive duckbill spoiler. Just going off eBay like how I did. So I took this off, only held in by 3M tape, and that means we are getting the wing. And so I purchased a wing, and it should be arriving in a couple hours via UPS. But I've been long awaiting for this day where we get to put a wing on the Supra. Just in general, just a wing on my car. I grew up in that tuner era, not necessarily the era where you like super riced out builds, but I've always admired a nice wing on a car. And in my opinion, when it comes to the Supra, the wing really does make out a lot of the car. And I think that's one of the biggest things it's missing from, I don't want to say the factory, but just in general, is a wing on the car. Now, there are many different wing variations out there. Street Hunter obviously is one of the most popular. If you want to go a little bit more bougie, you go Adro, right? There's just a lot of wing variations out there because, this platform is just very open to mods and wings, of course. And so today we're gonna be installing the wing on the car. I'm gonna be waiting for the package. Yes, this wing is actually functional. It not only looks good, but it also has the aero performance that we're looking for, kind of really adding on to that track GT time attack build that I'm going for. I'm just so excited for today. You guys are probably wondering, Kenny, what the F's is wing? Are you gonna tell us the brand and stuff like that? I'm gonna show you guys in a bit once the package comes. Check that out. That is the wing. Let's get it opened. This is it. Let's open it. What else is in there? Wing stands, kit, and plates. That's everything. Guys, this is the wing. I've been waiting for this day for so long, and we are finally getting a wing on the car. This is the GT4 carbon fiber, matte carbon fiber, Aeroluxe wing from, Aeroluxe. So I decided to go with the GT4 wing. This is a swan neck, so actually it goes like this, and we have brackets as well, upright. We have end plates, brackets, and this wing is massive. I mean, wow, look at the size of this. It's crazy. But all this is dry carbon fiber, and we're going to be installing this right before the Tail of the Dragon. All right, guys, so this is everything that you get with the Aeroluxe GT4 wing. Wing is honestly really massive, looking at this. So essentially you get your end plates, you get your bolts and nuts. Mine was already pre-installed, maybe different from yours. Then you have your uprights. I went with the knife edge versions. There's another variation, I think it's just standard, but I went with the knife edge because it looks a little bit more sleek. And then of course you have your actual plates, and these guys plate into the bolts there, like so. And then this plate goes on the inside of your trunk, very similar to how Adro does it. And so we're trying to figure out how do we best do this, whether we go plates and drill first, or we assemble the wing and find placement first. They don't really show that in the kit. This is obviously a pretty new style of wing, and there's not many installs, if any installs out there on the market. And so hopefully this video will help you guys out when you guys buy the Aeroluxe wing and try to do it yourself, because we're kind of figuring this out right now.
Let's see.
앞쪽으로 돌아가는 거. 여기가 미들이잖아. 디스크의 미들. 그럼 미들로 가야 돼.
So we have to find just where it fits into the groove
Right.
of the trunk, the natural groove of the trunk.
그게 많이.
All right, long story short, we're losing sunlight, and so we're just gonna back this car up into the garage so we have more light to work with. But yeah, the mounting brackets or the plates are honestly the most difficult part of the install.
Right now, we essentially figured out that maybe this is the cutting line, but looking at the pictures, this is what Aeroluxe sent me. Looking at the pictures, we see that maybe that cutting line is a little bit higher. If you guys can take a look. Another indicator was that if you look here, this groove, like this area, this smooth groove, sits well within this like groove of the trunk. And so we're wondering if that groove is higher because it looks like it stops at this point. This is one of the trickier installs when it comes to these mounting brackets. I don't know if you guys can see that, but we're kind of wondering if that is the right spot. But I will say in the example that he gave me, he did say that they cut higher because this was the first time that they were mounting this wing. And so generally we feel like this is the correct location, following this groove, the natural groove of the inner trunk. Again, following this natural crease of the inner trunk, this guy right here. And then also the spacing between the this guy to the left, like that guy, that spacing right there. So that spacing right here. And then figuring out if we want to cut high or not. To also confirm that, we just kind of generally mounted it and just took an expo marker. Don't worry, this will come off. And figured out where it would be. And so now we're gonna see if our measurements are correct. Good morning, guys. Today is the next day. We still didn't get the wing on, obviously you can tell. So we were kind of using the right and wrong tools to do this. I mean, I know it looks gnarly right now, but we got the right tools. I reached out to Aeroluxe and they suggested that we get some sort of oscillating blade kit, like this Bauer one I picked up at Harbor Freight. And this should help cut through this thick plastic that you guys are probably going to be up against once you install this wing, or any wing. I mean, Adro has the same template too, but you have this thick plastic behind the Supra and you have to cut through this. And so this should do that. Check that out. There you go. That is seated. Boom. One of the hardest parts is done. Now, you're essentially going to use this as a stencil, put some cardboard over it, and then measure it to the passenger side. Do the exact same thing, but that's how thick the, what is it, foam type material is inside this plastic casing. So you have to fight through that. Again, use the oscillating tool. And then if you have an angle grinder, probably use this one as well, but these are the big primary two tools we use. Messy job. This took almost forever, but we got it. So we got both of the plates in. I'm not gonna lie, there's a little bit of an oofy here. We cut too much, but it's okay. So both plates are masked up, and now we're gonna drill the pilot holes, 3 drills in there, and then that should, if we did it right, should pop out on our predetermined lines that we made over here. It's very faint, but we kind of drew lines with Expo marker on where the stands should be. All right, almost done. Guys, it is late. It is actually 2 a.m. in the morning. And we finally finished the install of the Aeroluxe GT4 wing. Man, I want to say this wing is probably one of the hardest installs, like, period. Like, a lot of learning lessons for sure. It's just, yeah, it's just this process was just so difficult. Now, granted, I saw it with my dad, and honestly, I 100% recommend you install this professionally, because those bracket plates are probably the hardest to install by yourself if you have very little experience. We have experience working with the power tools and everything, with the oscillating saw and the angle grinder and like the handsaw, whatever. We have experience working with that, but lining it up and just getting the process right, like, we got here somehow. The wing is on. I'm not going to talk about all the problems yet, because hopefully there's no problems. But yeah, we have the wing on just in time for the tail.